We're excited to be celebrating our 40th anniversary. Our theme is Conserving the Past and Sustaining the Future. The UT Gardens started out very simply. It was 6 100-foot-long beds. People began to notice from Nayland Drive, what are those pretty flowers? Can I go see them? So we opened the gardens to the public, and they needed accommodations. So the garden utilized plant sciences, landscape construction classes to begin to create brick pathways and places to sit and gazebos. So the garden just began to evolve from a place of research to then education and then outreach. Now we're the living laboratory for the University of Tennessee.
I worked in the garden 20 plus years ago. Basically, UT Gardens was the place where I learned everything.
I've left with 2.5 years of practical experience, and it was definitely a good confidence booster and having a lot of experience going into the workforce.
The fact that I am from the horticulture department at UT and I have experience working at the UT Gardens, people really value my expertise and knowledge and skills. So it really built basis for what I do today, even after 20 plus years.
When we talk about sustaining the future, we as the garden staff sat down and we evaluated where do we want to head in the next 40 years. We want to shift our focus to sustainable practices of caring for our little 10-acre spot in the most environmentally and ecologically positive way.
So we are currently in the process of changing all of our hand tools and equipment over from gas-powered to electric-powered. That goes from hand tools such as hedge trimmers, blowers, weed eaters, all the way up to riding mowers and push mowers.
Here at UT Gardens, we are always looking for ways to become more sustainable. Our post-wild pollinator garden is a new installation that is an experimentation with ecological garden design. So it's inspired by native meadows and grasslands. So it's a collection of native and non-native herbaceous perennial flowers and grasses. And we are going to be planting them densely. The long-term goal of this new garden is to lower the amount of physical labor that's put into the garden to keep it looking nice, and also to lower the amount of chemical inputs that we're putting into the garden.
Coming up in the future, we will be completing a rain garden. Garden is divert water flow from going straight into the river from the parking lot to going through the gardens and filtering out all the sediment.
Another example of sustainability thought is in the renovation of our kitchen garden. We have rotting timbers that we've replaced more than once, and we've come up with replacing the timber with manufactured stone that will last many more years and not have to be replaced. We also have interns that are studying here at the university, and then they work in the garden and get practical hands-on experience. It's so mutually beneficial. We get the help we need, they get the education they're desiring.
I knew coming into college that I wanted to do something in science, and so I majored in biology, but now that I've done this internship, I know that I want to go into horticulture and botany and something with that plant aspect. And I would love to incorporate that somehow in my life with doing volunteer work with the community and working with people on how they could have gardens of their own.
I think our impact in the community has been pretty broad. We have served a lot of different individuals who may not have been able to take part in the gardens otherwise. Horticultural therapy is the use of horticulture to help improve health and wellness of individuals who have disabilities or health conditions, or just the general public learning who want to improve their overall wellness.
During a typical summer, we have 8 weeks of camp, and we'll have roughly 30 campers in each week. totaling to about 200 campers over the 2 months of the summer. I think the impact that our summer camps have on our community is that we are getting children excited for horticulture and plant science, and then hopefully we end up with adults who want to work in the green industry and who also want to make choices that support the health of our planet.
Of the 40 years that the garden has existed, I have been here 30 of those years. And so I've had the opportunity to really watch the garden grow. It's quite satisfying to me to see the evolution of the garden and know that I was part of that. The growth and evolution of this garden over 40 years would certainly not be possible without the support we get from the community, from people who buy memberships on an annual basis, to our volunteers who devote their time and energy, to our larger donors who are benefactors of construction projects in the garden, or who support educational programming through offering scholarship grants. All of this has just evolved from a very tiny seed to, I think we're a mighty oak that can get mightier, and we hope to do that.